Dear friends, kids and parents, the class is mainly designed in such a way that parents can watch it, understand it and explain in detail to the kids. This is most important thing. If you show the video directly to kids, it's very difficult for them to grasp the technique or sutra that is being taught within 5 to 10 minutes duration. So I humbly request every parent to watch it along with the kid and explain it to them whenever they ask in detail. At least spend 30 minutes for each technique. Today class number 14, Vedic mathematics class number 14. Vedic Maths class 14. In today's class, we will learn lost and Nikhilam digit or Charama Tatha Nikhilam Anka. We will learn last and Nikhilam. Last and Nikhilam. This is most powerful concept that we need to learn, which is very helpful for the subtraction and addition. What is the last digit? Last digit and Nikhilam digit. Let us understand it. Suppose you are given a number called 1, 2, 3. Which is the last digit in this? 3 is the last digit. This is the last digit. And 1 and 2 are Nikhilam digits. Nikhilam digits. So what is great about it? When you see any number, if you can identify what is the last digit and then the remaining all digits will become Nikhilam digits. Now let's understand more about this. Whenever we have a number like this, if you identify the last digit, it can be correlated with the best friend digit. When you see 3 as the last digit, immediately in your mind, it should be very clear the best friend of 3 is 7. So that's one thing which you need to remember. 3 is the last digit and then just immediately recollect that best friend digit is 7 for 3. Now let us learn more from this. When we have the numbers like this, multiples of 10, all the digits, if you see in the multiples of 10 numbers are either 1 or 0, and in particular you will have the last digit as 0 and the Nikhilam digit will be 1. And when you multiply it one time, that is equals to 100. In this 100, again last digit is 0 and one of the Nikhilam digits is 1. So you will see only 1 or zeros in the multiples of 10. Now let us write the numbers which are multiples of 10. 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh. These are all the multiples of 10 which are having the digits as either 1 or 0. Now if you see, multiples of 10 means not the way you have understood in general. The numbers which you may consider even for the product should be only 10. It means 10 into 10 or 10 into 10 into 10. It means 10 multiplied by with 10, 10 multiplied by 10, again multiplied by 10. That's how it is. So these are called, please remember, these are called base. Base. So base you understood as this way, and the last and Nikhilam digits this way. Now let us apply this to the subtraction or the addition. Now first let's understand the subtraction from this, how easily it can be done. Even without using the pen and the paper, you should be able to do the subtraction and the addition by the help of best friends as well as the base numbers and the last and the Nikhilam digits concepts. Now let's get into one of the problems. Then we will understand one more term from this problem. That term is very important to apply these concepts for the subtraction and addition. Now let us take 102. Anybody can identify the closest base for the 102, 102. What is the closest base for 102? It is 100, because the base numbers are 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh and so on, 1 crore and so on. The closest base is 100. If you subtract this closest base from the number given, what you get is 2. That is deviation. It's called deviation. And let us see same way for 98. What is the closest base? That is 100. Again, if you subtract 100 from 98, what you get is minus 2. So here the deviation is minus 2. Here the deviation is minus 2. Now what happens when there is a problem? Called 102 plus 98. First and foremost thing is the deviation should be calculated for 102 and 98 from the closest base numbers, and luckily here the 100 is the base number which is closest to 102 as well as 98. So you have the deviation as 2 for 102 and minus 2 for 98. When you add these two deviations, you are getting 0. What remains once you get the sum of deviations as 0 is the sum of bases that have been identified by you for each number. So you have identified 100 as the closest base for 102, 100 as closest base for 98. So you have found the deviation for 102 as well as 98 with the closest base, that is 100 as 2 and minus 2. When you add 102 with 98, this 2 and this minus 2 gets nullified. It gives 0. So the sum of 102 and 98 is two numbers of that base which are given 2 into 100, or it can be represented as the base additions 100 plus 100, that is 200. So similarly, let's calculate some more deviations. I will write the number and then you have to write the deviation as well as the closest base for each number. Just now we discussed 102 and 98. Now let's write it for 96. Let's write for 96. And let's write it for 114. 114. Similarly, let's write it for 118. 118. And let's write it for 99. 99. Let's write for 1004. 1004. Let's write for 995. 995. Now let us see the deviation and the base. Deviation from 96 is -4 and the base is 100. Deviation for 114 is 14 and the base is 100. Deviation for 118 is 18 and the base is 100. Deviation for the 99 is -1 and the base is 100. Deviation for 1004 is 4 and the base is 1000. Deviation for 995 is -5 and the base is 1000. So there is a small challenge for all of you. When I'm writing with the old markers, I try to get the new marker, but the thing is you should focus on my voice more than what I'm writing on the board. Why? Because the voice, when you're listening, you can keep your head down and then keep writing on the paper. Even in the class, you should listen very carefully to the professor or the teacher and keep writing in the notes. When they are uttering some sound, you can listen with your ears and keep writing without seeing the board. That gives us a special skill, listening skills. And it is being proved that when you listen carefully, your notes will come as it is what is written on the board. Once the complete class is completed, once the entire class is completed, you can cross check with what teacher has written on the board and what you have written on the paper just by listening. And then you may request your teacher to keep the things written on the board without erasing for quite some time, reasonably good time, so that you can cross check. This is how we do. Okay, now we understood the last digit, Cherama, and the Nikhilam digits of a number, and we have understood the deviation, and we have understood the base numbers, and subsequently we are going to apply these concepts for the addition and subtraction invariably. And amongst all these things, we have to remember one more thing, that's the best friend digit of the Cherama, means the last digit. That's what is for today. Dear kids, I request everyone to pass on this particular free class link of YouTube to your friends. It's not that you have to learn and then keep the concepts only with you. That's the wrong way. You just share it with your friends also. So whenever you have a doubt in the near future, you may discuss with the friends and you can learn it in a better way. Thank you so much. Even the parents are requested to share the link with your community or the friends whose kids may be getting all these concepts at free of cost. We will ensure that all these 100 classes which are being designed in this fashion will deliver the ultimate concepts of the Vedic mathematics in the short duration. It means probably within 1 or 2 years you are going to complete all these 100 classes. See, now there is a gap between my class 1 to 2 and 3 to 4, something like that, previous class to this class. The reason is parents who have listened to my class and then after delivering the same to kids, they keep waiting for the next class. After waiting for quite some time, they ask me, Sai, why don't you give the next class? We are ready for the next class. When I get request for the next class from reasonably good number of parents, I start doing the next class. Otherwise, I keep recording and then uploading into the YouTube, which will not be helpful for anybody. So I request you 2 things. One is share this YouTube free Vedic mathematics class link with your friends and then ask your parents to share it with their friends. Number 2, you have to go through the class along with your parent, and then the parent should accompany the kid when they are watching the video in YouTube for 5 or 10 minutes and then assist them, help them in understanding the concept in detailed manner with some more examples which can be given by yourself. Thank you so much for the day. Signing off for today, Sai Prakash Shivalapalli.